What is up, my peeps? Welcome to Studio Day Heifer Day Quarantine, where I am recording on a brand new PC. Fancy PC. So, if this is not the cleanest looking video and the best sounding video I've ever made, I'm going to smash this whole thing with an 8-iron. And that'll make a great video that we'll record on our crap PC. Also, it won't connect to Warzone, Call of Duty, for whatever reason. I've done a lot of updates. So please, leave in the comments, how do I get on Warzone? Thanks. We need it. Definitely need it. Cowboy news today. Also, leave in the comments what you want to talk about tomorrow, of course. Those are the rules. And welcome to my 15 percenters. I can track these things. Those of you that have the notifications turned on for when a new video shows up. Make sure you're checking 1053thefan.com every day, and you're subscribed to youtube.com/Jeff Kavanaugh. I almost didn't want to do this because it sounds clickbaity, and my motto is no clickbait, no stupid hot takes that aren't real. That's my motto. That's my rules around here. Only real Cowboy analysis. But I want to throw something at you guys that we kicked around on the radio yesterday because it's possible. It's possible. I don't know if you guys saw the Aaron Rodgers interview with Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football. He jumped on his podcast and basically admitted, like, oh, yeah, when they drafted Jordan Love, I was surprised, and then I drank a bunch of tequila, and in the morning I called him, and I said, hey, man, I don't want you to have, like, a bad experience and be worried about me. Do your thing, brother. I love you. All right? Looking forward to being your teammate. But he also admitted, like, all right, my career's not ending in Green Bay because rookie quarterbacks play sooner than later these days. And so I just want to play out a scenario with you, and you tell me if I'm crazy. The Dallas Cowboys this year, they go 9-7. Maybe they go 10-6. Maybe they win a playoff game. And then they lose. Maybe they lose in the divisional round. Dak has another good year. Similar to last year in terms of efficiency. Is that enough for the Cowboys? Is that enough for the Cowboys to think, you know what, all right, our opinion of you has changed. You are now, I'll reference the tier thing that we did yesterday. Instead of a tier 3 guy with people like Jimmy Garoppolo and Kirk Cousins and Carson Wentz and Jared Goff and all these different guys, we now view you as a guy that is more in line with Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, what everybody thinks about Deshaun Watson, Drew Brees. We now think that you belong in that group, and now we'll just give you whatever we have to give you to get this long-term deal done. Is that enough for the Cowboys to put him in that spot? I don't think so. I think they would get to next offseason, and the Cowboys would look at it, and they'd be like, well, we're right where we were. He's asking for too much. He needs a lot of help around him to be good. Like, I think they would be in the exact same spot. And they would go back to Dak, and they'd be like, all right, you want to talk about a long-term deal? And Dak's agent would be like, heck yeah, man, I love where we're at. Your offer needs to go up about $8 million a year from last year. And they're going to be like, no. So let's play it out. Am I crazy? You then tag Dak. Maybe even non-exclusive tag him so he can work out a deal with somebody else. But either way, you could exclusive tag him and still work out a trade. And you trade Dak. You can't agree to a contract. They trade Dak. They get whatever they get. I'll say, surely you could get a Jamal Adams haul. A team that's, no, because a good team doesn't want Dak. And a team at the very top of the draft doesn't want Dak. So we'll say you get a first-round pick from a team like, throw out the Steelers, whatever, right? There's a quarterback. There's going to be a quarterback-needy team. Or Cam Newton's deal is up with the Patriots, throw out the Patriots, whoever. There will be a team out there that is willing to pay a young, good quarterback in his prime to come be their starting quarterback. So let's say you make him available that way. Somebody offers him a big deal that he's good with, and you trade him for whatever, call it 2 ones, right? Aaron Rodgers made it clear that he thinks his head coach and his GM don't like him. So he plays out this year. The Packers do whatever they do. They win 10 games. They make the postseason. They don't win the Super Bowl. And now it's time to move on from Aaron Rodgers. They have to eat a pretty big cap hit there, but they want to play their new guy, right? They want to play their first-round pick. Let's go ahead. Let's take this hit. Technically, they would save like $5 million, which means they're taking a $30 million hit. And they're ready to trade Aaron Rodgers and get the Jordan Love era going. So you offer something in the ballpark of your compensation you got for Dak, maybe a little less because Aaron Rodgers is an old man. Aaron Rodgers is willing to play on his deal that he has right now, which means his cap hits for you would be about $25 million a year instead of working out a deal with your quarterback, Dak Prescott. Now, Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback of the Cowboys for 3 years, starting a year from now. That's not impossible. That's not impossible at all. So I know it felt clickbaity, and it's like, oh, Aaron Rodgers to the Cowboys. You're just trying to get views. But no, we kicked it around, and I don't think that's unrealistic. I wonder what it takes. What does Dak have to do to get the Cowboys to – because now you're about to run into a Deshaun Watson deal next offseason, and Todd France is probably going to wait for that, and then he's going to want the same or something right around there. And if the Cowboys continue to drive this hard bargain and want the deal on their terms, I don't see how it gets done. So Aaron Rodgers to the Cowboys? Not impossible. Not impossible. Next guy that I want to talk about today. And I'm going to hear about this one in the comments. Oh, you just always come back to the same crap. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry if that's something that you say. I didn't mean to be mean to you. I don't want to be mean to any of you. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. You see what Mike Vrabel said about Jadeveon Clowney yesterday? So the Titans are one of the teams that has reached out to Jadeveon Clowney in his camp to try to sign him. So a reporter circles back around to Vrabel again yesterday, and they're like, hey, I just want to, one more time ask you about Clowney. And you could see the frustration in his face. He was like, Clowney's a free agent. He's not a Titan. We've had discussions. He's not a Titan. Teams around the league with Jadeveon Clowney, he has demands that no team's going to meet. What he wants for a salary and what he deserves for a salary, they're not the same thing. That's why he's still a free agent. So the idea that he's going to end up settling for a one-year deal and trying to find the right scenario or the team he wants to play for, it's still possible. And so I plea again to Jerry Jones. You got $10 million in cap space, man. You have that. It's a one-year deal. There's no risk. Sign Clowney. Don't make me depend on Aldon Smith coming in and being a stud. Let that be something that you're not counting on, but if it happens, is a bonus. Line up Tank and Clowney. Have Aldon Smith as your third defensive end. Hell, have Clowney as your third defensive end if Aldon Smith turns out to be a stud. What do you care? It's a one-year deal. So what if you hurt his feelings? But I think he's going to end up that way. He's either going to go get a one-year, like $15 million deal from a team that's bad because it's the most money he can get, or he's going to take a one-year, $8 to $10 million deal with a place where he wants to be. And Dallas is good for that. Dallas is good at getting you extra money outside of your salary. So my plea for Jadeveon Clowney, it's just here for you again. All right, mailbag questions from you guys. Michael Hooper said, hey, Jeff, which movie cut do you prefer, Zack Snyder or the original? Oh, the movie is Justice League. I've never seen Justice League. Sorry. I like superhero stuff. I've just never seen Justice League. Robert Berg, do you think it's bad DeMarcus Lawrence didn't make the top 100 and they're paying him over $100 million? Tank's a really good player. I want more sack production from him too, and you'll get that this year. Get ready. Double-digit sacks incoming. Ray-Ban, Jeff, do you give any credence to the rumor that McCarthy wants Aaron Rodgers after this year, and that's why Dak wasn't signed? Looks like Green Bay could part with him in 2021. Well, we just kind of did that, right? So, yeah, possible. Wow. The background on the notepad on this new monitor that this PC is on really lights my face up. Hi, everyone. I don't know what McCarthy and Rodgers' relationship is like, so I don't know if it's realistic, but could work. The Lunatic subscribed and got notifications on because of the excellent Cowboys coverage. Question, Cheeto, J. Lou, and Xavier Woods are in their final year. I don't think we'll extend any of them. If another team offered a fourth-round draft pick, who would you trade and get something for them instead of them hitting free agency and getting nothing? Well, free agency doesn't mean you get nothing because there's still comp picks out there. But the wild card out of that group is Cheeto. Because I was talking to my buddy briefly, KD Drummond, on Twitter yesterday. Follow him. He's a beast. And we did kind of move past where they almost made it sound like a foregone conclusion that Cheeto was going to play safety. I think it was Will McClay in an offseason interview. But I don't know. The further we get away from that interview without hearing anything else about it, I'm just like, what are you talking about? The guy who's been a starting corner for you for years, and you're just going to have him go back up, Clinton Dix and Xavier Woods. But this coaching staff doesn't care. They don't care what you've done, or they don't care. They're going to do whatever they think is best. So if Cheeto's going to be a backup safety for you, and you could flip him for a 4th-round pick, is a 4th-round pick worth depth on a team that views itself as a contender? I think I would say I would trade none of them. And if any of them balls out, cool, because they'll get a big salary in the offseason from somebody, and you'll get that 4th-round pick, maybe even a 3rd. Jeff, love the show, Mr. Cool Man. How well do you think Steven, Jerry, and all them are doing building this Cowboys team? What would you do different? Thanks, Jeff. Love the show. I would not have extended Jalen Smith. I would not have extended Ezekiel Elliott. I would have let them play out their contracts. Outside of that, and that's not terrible, that you have good players that I feel like you paid either too early or too much. Those aren't awful things. But I would sign Jadeveon Clowney. I would do that. 1-year deals are low risk, man. Get it done. I mean, that's provided he's willing to play for you for like $8 or $10 million, but I would definitely do that. I don't think they're doing a bad job of team building. I think they're stuck in a spot now where they think they have the 10th to 12th best quarterback in the league, and they have no idea how to handle that. That's the one thing I think they got. And I would have extended him 2 years ago, and we wouldn't have this problem. He'd be making $30 million or $32, $33 million a year, and we wouldn't be worried about it. But they got themselves in a spot now. Hypothetically, this is AJ Hara. Say Dallas wins 12 games next year. Dak wins a playoff game, throws for 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. What do you think the contract number will go up to? I wish they got him at 31 to 33 per 2 seasons ago, but I can't see him signing for less than like 38 per year now. And if he signs for 38 per year, that would be a total flip of how he and his agent have approached the negotiations. Because now you can't do a deal, right? He gets next offseason, if he gets tagged, he's making over $37 million. And the next tag, which the Cowboys likely would never use, is like $54 million. But that's what they're looking at. Todd France is going to go, no, you're going to give us over $37 million, or you're going to let us hit the market right now. So you're going to give us that tag. After I make that money for 1 year, I'm an unrestricted free agent for a quarterback in his prime if you don't want to give me $54 million. So, average those 2 years, it's $45 million per year. And if you want to work on a deal, let's do it. And they won't do that, right? They won't do that. They won't. So, I don't see how Dak doesn't hit free agency. The only way he doesn't hit free agency is if they completely change what they're asking for and they say, we're no longer trying to maximize our money, which is what they've been trying to do. TC, yes, I was still watching at 21:15. Also, I love your show. Oh, look at you in the 21:15 club. Right now, it's 13:25. Let me know in the comments if you actually made it to 13:25 in this thing. Would you please explain why people, you included, oh, you're coming after me, TC, think any quarterback can play at a great level with no talent around them? If every receiver drops the ball, how can they be good? They can't be good without talent around them. You point to Mahomes. He's had arguably the best coaching and great receivers. Look at Tom last year. No talent, bad play. It just can't happen. Please show me a quarterback that was great with poop around him that has succeeded and did great. I think you're right. I won't fight you on that, TC. I appreciate you calling me out on that. I just think there's levels to it. There's levels to how much or how often has a guy elevated average talent, decent talent. I mean, I know the analytics guys, myself included, sometimes go after him, but Aaron Rodgers last year, he had Devontae Adams and what else? He played well. Drew Brees at different times in his career, although you can also make the point that when they butchered their salary cap and had $40 million in dead money, he went 7-9 3 years in a row. So you're right, but it's just a matter of how much have you carried a team? How much has it been you that's solely responsible for their success? And Dak's done some of that, but I don't think that he's done that to the extent of prime Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Pat Mahomes. That team gets down by 21 and 24 points, and it's not a big deal. because they have Pat Mahomes. He's got you. Now, he does. He's got weapons around him. He's got help around him. But, there's just levels to it. That's what I think anyway. Grayson, also, Jeff, how do you think the Mavericks will do in their 8 games? I got them going 5-3 or 6-2. I do as well. I think the Mavericks are going to come out like hot fire. I think they're getting prepared. I think Luka and KP are ready. I think they got a coach that's going to have them ready to rock and relaxed. So, yes, I don't think they'll move up in the seeding, but I think at least 5-3 and maybe 6-2. Tim, if Alex Smith is able to play for the Washington football team, does that change the landscape of the NFC East? No, I still don't think Washington's good enough, but if Alex Smith were healthy, totally healthy and able to play, that'd be amazing because of the number of surgeries he had on that leg. But it would definitely help them. It would give them, it would give them a chance to be a winning team, and maybe Dwayne Haskins' development can do that, but we'll see. All right, guys, let's see how this worked out on the new PC. Hopefully I didn't just waste 16 minutes. Leave in the comments your favorite type of shorts, your favorite type of lower body garment, pajama pants, basketball shorts, khaki shorts, cargo shorts, warm-up pants, jeans. What do you like? Let me know. And please let this video go well, and please help me connect to Warzone. Thanks, guys.